Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Today, my guest star is the fabulous Barbara with Crochet Therapy. And how are you doing today, Barbara?
I'm doing great. How are you, Connie?
I'm doing awesome.
Good. I'm so glad to be here.
I know I'm
It was
so
a
glad
nice, pleasant surprise.
because initially I was supposed to have Dana with Dana's Wonderless Crochet on
Hmm.
today, but her dog Dooley's having surgery.
Oh no, Dooley.
I know, poor Dooley. And hopefully
Yeah.
everything goes well with his surgery. Keep Dooley in y'all prayers.
Yeah.
So she rescheduled for later in the month. I think it's the 16th.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not I'm not sure offhand, but she will still be coming live with me this month. And
Good. Good.
and it was like I had to fill this time spot. And at first I thought I would be going live by myself. And then Barbara came to you.
Came to the rescue.
I
Actually, Connie came on my channel this morning while I was live, and it was so fun to have you.
Oh,
And then, and she mentioned it, and everybody in the chat they were saying, "Do it, do it, do it." So here I am.
because really, I've wanted to get you to come live with me more often than what you have.
I
And a
know.
few months ago, I got Barbara on for the first time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then now today makes the second time.
Yay. And I am going to have Connie on live on my channel, but my life has been pretty crazy lately. The whole month of February was kind of like, bah. So I'm hoping that it settles down a little bit and then we can schedule some more. So I can't wait to have you on.
All right, I can't wait either. Yeah, for me, it was the month of January that was my
Oh,
crazy month.
that's right. Frank was still in the hospital, wasn't he?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We have Ashley, Vanitza, and Maureen, and Charity,
Hi,
and
Ashley. Hi, Maureen.
Anita that joined
Hi,
us.
India. Nice.
How are y'all ladies doing, and what are y'all currently working on? And also Trudy too. Hi, Trudy.
Trudy. Hi.
But the way that me and Barbara started becoming friends, this was back before I had my channel,
Yeah,
and I think I started off on your Facebook group,
I think so too. Yeah.
and I would post, what I made, and have Frank, aka the biscuit, model my makes, and like he was real popular in Barbara's
Yeah.
group. And evidently I discovered your channel kind of by accident. And I didn't realize at first that
That we were the same thing.
exactly all of a sudden that one day, I noticed, like some of your posts, and I'm like, that looks like the lady from that those YouTube videos.
And then I did a shout out to Frank on YouTube. And he was like, I can't believe she said my name. But you know what? He was so popular with his, because, I mean, come on. Frank is a great model.
And that was before, like, she shouted him out before, like, I had my chance.
Yeah. Yeah. And, and people don't realize we're just people. We're not, there's nothing special about us. We're just people. And we just put it out there on YouTube. We just like to chat with people.
But it was
Um,
funny because me and Frank were both, oh my, we got mentioned on a YouTube video.
I know. It was funny. I remember that day. And, but I mean, Frank is just so adorable. I mean, everybody loves Frank, and he puts those cute whatever you make him, he puts on. He's such a good sport. And he has that little cheesy grin when he wears something really cute. He's just adorable. Don't let that go
And
to your head, Frank.
he's not home right now, so he's not hearing this.
Okay.
But but yeah, and like sometimes like in the pictures I would have him make like funny faces and stuff.
Yeah.
Um and kind of have him kind of act the part.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And he's such a good sport. such a good sport.
You never know. He might pop in later.
Yeah.
I don't know when he'll get back home.
Okay.
But yeah, and then like I started like thinking about starting a channel. And Barbara was one of the people that I discussed it with, along with Gina with Knitting Turnpike and Crystal the Yorny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. So they encouraged me to start my channel.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of advice from them that started off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you know, if you and I can both jump in and do something that we've never done before, put ourselves out there, we don't know, you know, it's hard to put yourself in front of the camera.
It is.
But if we can do it, others can too. And so if I just want to encourage your audience, you know, if you have a gift, if you have something that you want to share, go ahead and get on YouTube. It doesn't, you know, it's done is opened up my world of new friends. And for that, I'm really grateful. I wouldn't have met you, Connie, if I hadn't done that.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's one thing I love about the Yorny community is making new friends and with common interests and getting to know everyone better.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And like one thing, like I'm extremely shy. And so like, oh, we got a visitor.
Oh, hey, Alley Cat.
So like it was hard putting myself in front of that camera.
Yeah.
And but I think it's also helped me because you know, I'm talking to people more and it's
your world is opening up. Yeah.
And it's kind of getting me more comfortable, you know, talking to people.
Right.
Then because like typically like if you meet me in person, you've got to start talking to me, get me talking.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
But once you get to know me, then you can't get me to be quiet.
No comment. That's funny.
Because I could just ask Frank. He'll tell you I talk his ear off.
Well, you know, I mean, somebody has to listen to us. We have a lot of things to say. We're, you know, we got a lot of things to talk about.
And the funny thing is, like, you know, I was always a type that was like shy with guys and stuff. So whenever I met Frank, me and Frank just clicked like that.
Yeah.
And like I never had problems talking to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's because it was meant to be. Yeah.
Kat's here. Hi, Kat. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? But yeah, if y'all don't have Barbara, go check her out. Show her some Yorny love and support.
Yay. Thank you.
And throw some yarn in her window.
Oh, that's fun. Any kind. How does that work? Throwing yarn in your window?
That's just what people have started calling in the Yorny community, subscribing to another channel.
I like it. I like it. I'm going to throw some yarn right back. We'll have a yarn war. A friendly yarn war.
She's already starting to snore here.
Oh, your little alley cat. She needs some lovin's. Oh.
She snored.
She's hugging you. Oh my goodness.
It's like they constantly want me holding them or being behind me.
Yeah. Yeah. How about when you sleep and the cat is like right here? And it's not so bad when their face is right here, but when they turn their butt to your face and you have a tail like on your face and you're like, oh, come on. You got to move.
My cats like to get on my back when I sleep.
Yeah.
me and Frank's backs. Or
Yep.
sometimes, like, especially Allie, sometimes she'll get like on your pillow and she's like right there in your face.
Mine too. No matter which way I turn, if I turn on my right side, she has to climb over me and put her back right on my face. So I'll roll over and she's like, oh, we're going over here now? Okay. And she just comes right over and does the same thing. I can't get away from her. Not that I want to, but you know, every now and then you'd like to breathe.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes I am like, okay, I need a break. I need a break. And then like I'll try to put, either her or Sophie on Frank.
Uh-huh.
They jump off and come right back to me.
Right.
Well, at least most of the time.
Yeah.
There are times they do stay with Frank.
Yeah.
And let's see. Anita says she's trying to do the impossible right now. I'm wanting more of a discontinued yarn. I lost the label, so I have no idea what I'm looking for. Oh, no.
Hey, if you go to the Crochet Therapy YouTube or Facebook page and post a picture of your yarn, there might be some in the community that know what kind of yarn that is and can point you in the right direction. They might even have some. You never know. I mean, it has happened. I've seen it.
Another thing, too, that could possibly work, too, is you can, like, search, like from a picture.
Yes.
Where you might be able to take a picture of the yarn and try to search and see if maybe it comes up that way.
Yeah.
It's a long shot, but it might work.
Might work. You never know. And, if you have a picture of it, share it on a couple different Facebook pages too, in groups. And the more you get the word out, the more somebody probably knows what that yarn is, because it was probably somebody's favorite yarn at one point or another.
And that's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facebook groups can be a lifesaver sometimes.
Yeah, they can. Yep.
And let's see. Vanita says she's having problems with the internet. It's breaking. Can understand you. I guess she's having trouble understanding what we're talking about.
Because it's going on and off. Yeah.
I hope no one else is having trouble hearing us or anything.
I'm actually not on internet. I'm using my network and I can hear you just fine. Okay. So it may be just a local thing for her. I hope not. I mean, I hope, she can get it resolved.
Yeah, me too. Oh, Charity got some happy mail today. Awesome. And Anita's asking, what was that page called again that you mentioned?
I just put ice cube in my mouth. It was the Crochet Therapy Facebook page. Sorry about that. I'm like addicted to ice cubes right now.
I love ice and like especially like the crushed ice or the shaved ice. I love those. And or another thing I tend to do is I'll put my water in the freezer just a little icy, but it's not frozen solid.
Right. And then you can squeeze it and crush it up, and then you have all those little ice chips in there. So it was the Crochet Therapy Facebook page, or any of the Facebook pages dealing with crochet. I would put it on multiple pages and just let the groups know, hey, this is the yarn I have. I don't know the label. I don't know what kind it is or the colorway or anything. Can somebody help me out? I need some more of this. And then somebody probably will be able to help you out. It's funny how we remember certain colors. We remember certain patterns, especially if it was a variegated or a stripy or whatever, we remember those. So.
And there's a lot of times, like whenever I've had questions to do with crochet or knitting, I hit the Facebook groups because like when I learned how to knit, I made the mistake of buying like the cheapest possible knitting circular needles. Like, I got mine up from, China.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and
Amazon China. Yeah.
I think I did eBay China.
Oh, eBay, even better. Yeah.
So, like my circulars would start splitting, the little tubing on them, the cable that connects the two needles.
Yes.
Right at where it joins to the needle, that's where it would start splitting. So, after that experience, I'm going to Facebook groups and I'm like, what's the most affordable, decent set of knitting needles that I can get.
Right.
And that's whenever I was told about Knit Picks.
Oh, okay. So you use Knit Picks. I actually went into Joann, and I love my clover hooks. And when I saw clover, bamboo clover circular knitting needles, I was like, okay, those are mine. I really like them. I really do. They're super smooth and easy. But it's been a long time since I've used knitting needles. I used to have some aluminum, really long, straight ones. And then I did, when I was in high school, I had some plastic. They were pink. I was in high school. I went for the pink. And but they were plastic and they were circular. I was making a little baby sweater, and had a good time with it. But then I graduated high school before I finished it, and I didn't have the pattern, and my teacher that was helping me, I didn't have her to help me, so I still have it. It's a half-done sweater.
But like with knitting, like they say the best needles to get, or I can never pronounce it correctly, Shigo, something like that. But they say those are the best.
Are they?
Now, I have like the 9-inch, like for socks. I have that one, and then I have the 32-inch.
Okay.
When the toe decreases in socks.
Okay.
What, like like just the one needle set. But like if you try to get like the set of like the interchangeable ones.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
They're expensive.
They are expensive, and I know that Clover had those as well. They had a whole set. It had the it was, it had the little I don't know what you call them, but where you would stick the needles in, and it was really kind of nice. But I thought, well, I'm just going to try this, and see if I can do it. I like it. I like knitting. I don't hate it like I used to. It's not that I hated it. It's that I was so stressed while I was doing it because I was like, I don't get it. But now that I'm so comfortable with, all of the crochet, and I just really feel like, it's just smooth going. I'm not stressing over it anymore. I felt like I needed to do something a little more challenging. So that was fun. And I'm gonna make another hat. I am.
Awesome. And I did put out some new knitting tutorials yesterday.
Oh, good. Okay.
Showing how, when you get the drop stitches, how to fix drop stitches. And I did a tutorial on fixing it in both garter stitch and stockinette stitch.
Nice.
Because garter stitch, it's more involved than stockinette stitch.
Oh, I may have to throw the whole thing away or bring it to you. I'll drive us and let you fix it for me. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'll put it in the mail. Like, Connie, fix this. Mail it back.
But yeah, now when it comes to like when you get to like all the fancier stitches, like doing lace work, that I'm not good at fixing. That's where I tend to have to do frogging.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm not even good enough at knitting to know when I've dropped a stitch. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even recognize it. No,
And the
I
thing
mean, I guess,
is,
because I don't have somebody helping me and saying, oh, look, there's a drop stitch. And, I'm just going away, blind, thinking, oh, this is great. I'm doing great. I just made
and
a design right there. That's what I did.
if you don't block that stitch, like usually if you find that you dropped a stitch, it's best to put
Uh,
a stitch marker because it'll keep
okay.
dropping down. And you'll see
Oh,
like
and
all
then
these
you'll have a
little
line,
straight
huh?
doors that are, they call them ladders.
Okay.
So that's why I say
Well,
you can
obviously then I haven't dropped a stitch. Okay, thank you for that. I was always, when I saw your tutorial, I was like, oh, that's kind of scary. A drop stitch. That sounds scary. And
that's
I
the
thought, well, I don't
hardest.
even know if I've dropped one, but yeah.
That's like the worst part with knitting when you're learning. And then
Yeah.
I also did a video a few days before on how to like tips to help prevent getting them.
Oh, good. Good. I
And
like your tutorials. I really like the tutorials that you're doing on knitting because I know so little. I know how to do it. I know the motions of the stitches. You know what I mean? But I don't really know the whys and the hows and the background of it. I'm not immersed in that like I am in crochet. So I I like it when you say, now this is why we dot dot dot. It really helps me. It helps like give me the whole rounded experience of it.
yeah, and one thing about when I do tutorials, if you're looking for something short and sweet, my tutorials aren't for you.
Yeah.
I tend to do my tutorials for someone like a beginner just learning.
Yes.
So
And
like
I really appreciate that.
I'll explain things like kind of teaching along with the
Mhm.
tutorial. Like
Yes.
on these tutorials, I explain like what garter stitch was and what
Yes.
stockinette stitch was.
Hmm.
Things like that.
Yes.
Um, but this well, it's now the week. But sometime this week, I do want to do a video where I'm going to talk more about knitting needles, like what
Okay.
you tend to need for what type of projects. Some kind of helpful advice. Some of it's going to be like my opinions,
Hmm.
where others may have a different opinion, but
Yeah.
you know,
That's
but
okay. That's what it's your channel. Your channel, your opinion. That's the best thing. Yeah.
let's see. We have some people that joined us. We have
Yay.
Gloria, Wendy, Mary,
Oh, Wendy.
Stephanie, Laura. How are y'all
Yay.
ladies doing? And what are y'all currently working on? But yeah, but I am trying to do more to try to help those that are trying to learn how to knit.
Right.
And
Right.
like if there's like tutorials that y'all would like to see me do, especially with knitting, let
Right.
me know. I don't know how quickly I'll get to the tutorial. It just depends.
Yeah.
But I am trying to do more with tutorials this year. And I'm hoping like this weekend, I'm hoping to get a crochet tutorial done.
Nice. Now, so your goal for 2022 is to do more tutorials, and my goal for 2022 is to do more written patterns because I've never done a written pattern. I always just do tutorials, and people say, or they'll ask me, "Do you have the written pattern?" Oh, sorry, I don't do that. Written patterns are intimidating sometimes because I can get wordy, and I'm like, "Let me explain this to you," and I don't really need to. I can just give the little abbreviations and let you fly with it. But yeah, so I'm kind of stepping out of my comfort zone and writing tutorials, and you're very good, or writing patterns, and you're very good at writing patterns. You've been doing that all along. So yeah.
I've been needing, like, I need to start working on writing up some of the patterns that I haven't like gotten to yet. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've made it and I took notes on it, but I haven't
Right.
actually written it out
Right.
and had it tested yet.
Right.
Because the next one's going to be my candy cane one. that
Nice.
needs to be written up and tested. And I know it's not close to Christmas right now, but I
Good time
made
to start though. Yeah.
I made the hat around Christmas though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, you need to be working on like 6 months ahead as a designer, getting things written and whatnot. So maybe one day we'll both publish. You never know.
You never know.
I know, right? Maybe we'll be in a magazine someday. Connie and Barbara.
Oh, Laura Lee just joined us.
Hey, Laura Lee.
How are you doing today, Laura Lee? And what are you working on? But speaking of patterns, I want to show y'all some free patterns. And I put the links for these patterns in the description box of this live.
Okay.
But yeah, let me pull them up.
Cool.
Because I'm going to start sharing patterns. Oh, it would help if I pulled the pattern websites up. Because I am going to try to share a few patterns that I find online that I think people will enjoy.
Right.
And sometimes I'll do crochet ones, sometimes they'll be knitting. And like today, it's going to be a combination.
Oh, yay.
There's going to be 2 crochet patterns. Uh-oh, I got both cats now. Which I'm kind of nervous about because Allie freaks out on me.
Uh-oh.
When that happens. See,
uh-oh.
She's pissed.
She's hissing. Allie says, go away.
Okay. She's growling too.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if y'all can hear her.
I heard the hiss.
Okay, what was the other one? Give me just a minute. I'm trying to pull up the other one. I meant to pull them up before I started the live and I forgot to.
Yep. Oh, a minute.
Okay, I might have to pull something up that will probably make a little noise. I'm going to mute it as quickly as possible, though. Let's see. One. Yeah, okay. Okay, I should have them now. Sorry about that. Okay, now let me share the screen. Okay. Actually, I'm sorry, that's not the one. Or was it? Oops, I pulled the wrong one up. But I'll show you this one first.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This shawl, this Afghan is based on the one that it's inspired by the one that you see on Roseanne, how they have the Afghan on the sofa.
Right.
See?
Yes.
But yeah, this is a pattern where you can make one similar to that Afghan.
Nice.
Which I thought that was really cool.
That is nice.
Okay. And
very retro looking. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I really do like my color preferences on it. It probably wouldn't be like the same colors.
Right.
Of the one on the sofa. But I really like that one. Okay. Let me get back to. It's kind of hard to juggle with a cat on your shoulder.
I know. Alley cat.
Hey, there's the other one. Okay. Okay, this one I'm about to show you is a shawl pattern. And I just think it's beautiful. I love this one. But isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, that is pretty.
And like I said, this one's crochet. The Afghan one, that's a crochet pattern. And then
Nice.
I'm gonna scroll down. I love this color combination more.
Right.
The brown and pink.
Now, Connie, are those flowers or is that a granny square at the bottom?
Those are roses. And
Roses. Okay.
I don't know, that's something I will have to learn how to do those. But eventually I do want to make this shawl.
And that's knit?
This is
That's
crochet.
crochet? Okay. That's really pretty.
Like I said,
Very pretty.
I fell in love with
Yeah.
that shawl.
Yeah. Very pretty.
And the next two I'm going to show you are knit patterns.
Okay.
And this one is for socks, and they have these little cables going down.
Oh, cute.
Let me put the picture up better. But
Very
yeah,
cute.
and that's one thing that probably after I finish this pair of socks, when I get around to working on another pair in the future,
Mhm.
I do want to do some cabled socks.
Very nice.
And I love cables. And I know that like cables look intimidating. And I felt the same way before I learned how to do them, but they're
Uh-huh.
really easy to do. And that is something I do want to eventually do a tutorial on, is how to do cables.
Right.
Okay. So
It does look intimidating. So pretty though.
I know, but all you're really doing is just taking a few stitches off the knitting needle and you put it on like a cable knit hook, and then you either put it in front or behind, and
Oh, okay.
then you go over and then do the next stitches on the actual knitting needles, and then you go back to the ones on the cable.
Okay.
So
Wow.
you're just doing the stitches out of order,
Okay.
but it's nothing complicated.
Right.
Uh-oh, the biscuit's home. And this is the last one.
Ooh,
And
that's pretty.
that's a knit shawl, and that's just so beautiful. I
It's
love like
gorgeous.
the lace work on it.
Yes.
But yeah, I have all these oh, Allie just jumped down. I have all these pattern links in the description box of this live if any of y'all are interested in them.
Nice.
But I see we have some people that joined us.
Nice.
A little bit of everything. And what is your first name? And let's see. We also have Tyler that joined us. Samantha.
Hi. Hey, Tyler. Hey, Samantha. A little bit of everything. Nice to see you.
Jeannie. Stephanie Orr.
Jeannie, Stephanie R. I feel like I should be a cheerleader. Jeannie, Stephanie R. Woo.
I did tell Gloria hi already. I think
You
I got
did.
everyone else.
Yeah.
How are all of y'all doing, and what are y'all currently working on? I guess I should see if I need to address anything in the chat. I'm kind of behind. I'm reading comments.
Right.
But Anita says, I shared a hat I made with it on a group a few minutes ago. Hopefully someone recognizes it.
Oh, good. Good. I hope they do.
Yeah, I hope you're able to figure out which yarn it is.
Yes, me too.
Okay, Ashley's asking about good apps for beginners at crochet. I don't use any apps to do with crochet, so I really can't help you with that. And
I would be a little shy over using an app because anything that's on an app can be found on YouTube, and YouTube is so much more, I would say, you can actually you can follow certain people, you can ask them questions, and most people are pretty receptive unless they have a million viewers and they can't keep up with, but for small channels like mine, it like Connie's, we are very receptive to our viewers, and we're there to help as much as we can. And I would say most channels, at least under 10,000, you're going to find that. Now, once it gets, too big, obviously, if they have, 100 comments a day or 100 questions a day, they're not going to be able to keep up with that. And that's understandable, but that's what I would do.
Yeah. And maybe someone in the chat might be able to help you on that too. So if anyone knows of any good apps for beginners at crochet, let Ashley know.
Yeah. Well, and the only reason I said that about the app is because, do you know the website allrecipes.com?
Mm-hmm.
And they have all recipes, okay? And most any time I do a search for a recipe, I can find it there. Well, they have an app too, but that app only holds so many recipes, and they don't update as often as the website. And that's why I say that, because most people have, if you're doing an app, you have a smartphone, just pull it up on Chrome, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just found that the app was very limiting, and it didn't give me everything that I needed. So,
and I always found whenever I had questions, I would just like ask in Facebook groups.
Yes. And people are really quick to help you if you're really struggling. And if you just can't figure something out, I've seen people post, a little snapshot of a piece of a pattern, not the whole pattern, obviously, we're not going to do that, but a little piece of the pattern with the instructions that are really confusing to you. And people are there to help you out. And sometimes you just need to chat it over with some of your yarny friends and work it out.
And like, I had somebody that went beyond helping me when I first learned how to crochet.
Oh, nice.
So there are some people that really go beyond,
Yeah. They're really involved.
And like, if you have questions, I try to do my best to help people that ask me questions.
We've all been there. Yeah, we've all been there. Now, Connie, did you teach yourself to crochet from YouTube, or how did you teach yourself to crochet? Did someone sit beside you?
I learned, I got one of those cheapy subscriptions to Craftsy, the promotional offers.
Okay.
And I discovered, Selena Baca had lessons on there. And I did her lessons.
Nice.
And she is so thorough.
Good.
Because my failed attempt to learn crochet, like a few years previously, it was like there was something that I just, like when it came to the end of a row, how many chains, all that, how many stitches to skip. I couldn't comprehend it. And I didn't find like the videos I watched that they really explained it.
They didn't address the why of, why do you chain one or turn and chain one? Why do you turn and chain two? Why do you, why is it sometimes that first stitch, that chain counts as a stitch, or why is it sometimes that chain doesn't count as a stitch? Yeah, that's kind of the way I feel right now about knitting. I'm kind of in that floundering stage where I know the stitches, but I don't know the why of everything. And so I get it. Yeah.
But it was like, and it seemed like they just, if they, they briefly went over it, and it wasn't enough for me.
Right.
But like when I discovered Selena Baca's lessons, it's like, I mean, she went over it over and over again, what the stitches look like, how to count your stitches.
Nice.
And then, and then I saw the format of how many chains to do, you know, and how many stitches you skip based on the
Mm-hmm.
stitch. And it
Yeah.
just, it came together and I
Right.
picked it up quickly at that point.
That's
But
good.
like now for knitting, I learned from Expression Fibers, Shondi.
Mm-hmm.
I did her tutorials and that's how I learned.
Nice. Now, did you learn knitting and crochet at the same time, or did you learn one before the other one?
Very initially, I tried to learn how to crochet and I got nowhere with it.
Okay.
And I really thought like the only possibility of me learning would be someone would have had to sit with me to show me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even convinced that that would teach me.
I know. It feels intimidating. Yeah.
Then I moved on to loom knitting. I did loom knitting a while.
Nice.
And then I decided to try knitting.
Right.
And then I learned knitting, and because in May it makes 3 years I've been knitting. And
Nice.
then I got into like all the holiday hats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And but with knitting, you couldn't find as many patterns for adults. So whenever, that happened, a lot of times I was kind of like looking at pictures to kind of get an idea of how to make what I was trying to make.
Right.
Or combining patterns. You're back again.
Aw.
So then, I decided, let me try, whenever I got the thing from Craftsy, I'm like, let me see what they have for, tutorials on Craftsy for crochet. Mm-hmm. And I learned how to crochet September 2020.
Wow.
So.
Wow, that's great. Oh my gosh.
Not quite a year and a half. But
that's really impressive. Really impressive. 3 years knitting, a year and a half crocheting, your own YouTube channel, you're monetized. You have all these new friends. You're well known in the yarny community. It's amazing. Amazing. You did it, Connie. Congratulations. That's awesome.
And really the aspect where I first kind of like got the idea of doing a channel was because how everyone seemed to love Frank when I posted pictures of my makes in the Facebook group with him modeling stuff.
Yeah.
And initially I did want him involved in my channel more.
Yeah.
And it's like, but the funny thing is, he pops in here and there, but it's mostly me,
Yeah. Yeah.
But initially I thought like he would be like more in my videos and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to coordinate because he's got his own thing going, and he's your model, but he's not sitting there. You could teach him to crochet, and then he could be your how Bag a Day, how she'll design something and then she'll hand it off to her husband and let him finish it for her. Frank, get busy, Frank.
I don't think he has an interest in learning.
Right. You have to have a lot of patience to teach your hubby how to do something like that too, right? Because you want to stay married.
Let's see, we have Sandy, Gail, and let's see, Jen that joined us. And let's see if anyone else did. I think that's everybody. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. How are y'all doing? And what are y'all currently working on? And yeah, if I did skip greeting anybody, I do apologize.
Yeah.
But yeah, But everyone still seems to love Frank, though.
Oh, yeah. What's not to love?
Okay, so I'm going to ask a few trivia questions. And today's theme is the Bermuda Triangle.
Ah,
As you notice, kind of from my background.
oh my.
So, yeah, the Bermuda Triangle fascinates me. So, my first question is, the Bermuda Triangle is a mysterious place that covers roughly 500,000 square miles in which ocean? And your choices are A, Atlantic, B, Indian, or C, Pacific. And again, the question is, the Bermuda Triangle is a mysterious place that covers roughly 500,000 square miles in which ocean? And your choices are A, Atlantic, B, Indian, or C, Pacific. So, what do you think, Barbara?
Oh my gosh. So my initial thought was the Atlantic Ocean, but then you threw in the Indian. I don't think it's the Pacific, but you threw in the Indian Ocean, and I'm sitting here going, oh my goodness, my geography is terrible. I don't remember where the Indian Ocean is. I'm going to say Atlantic, and I'm probably wrong.
We'll see. we'll give people some time to answer the question
Okay.
before I
Okay.
reveal the answer. But yeah,
Oh, this is fun because Connie didn't feed me any answers or questions. So, and
and
silly me, I knew the topic, but I didn't go study it. I should have gone and studied it.
and I can't really guess because I already know the answers. I have it in
Yeah.
front of me.
Yeah.
But well, this one I think all the questions I got from the same website. But a lot of times I'll take questions from different ones.
Ah,
So
yeah.
it's easy to find them.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on what questions they have because some questions aren't really related, or I'm just kind of like I don't feel the question.
Yeah. If you have to read it 3 times to understand it, don't share it.
But let's see. Oh, Anita was saying how that yarn she's trying to figure out what it is. While she was using it, she found
Oh
some on
no.
eBay, but didn't
Yeah.
order it at the time.
And now it's not there, probably. Oh, that's too bad.
But well, you probably deleted like your cookies and stuff, and
Oh,
in
the
your
history. Yeah.
the history. But I was gonna say you might be able to find it in your history.
Yeah, in the search history on eBay.
That too, you might be able to. But you know your computer keeps track of your
Yes.
history of
You search. Yes.
what websites you go to. But if you
Yeah.
like deleted your history and all that, then it's not going to be there.
No.
Let's see. Stephanie has company over. And let's see. Everyone's saying hello. Wendy's working on a hat. I love
Nice.
hats.
Nice, Wendy. I love hats too.
And like hats, you can have so much fun with.
Oh, yeah.
I love the fun makes with hats and holiday hats.
And
Yeah,
you do them well. Yeah.
Wendy says you always make the fun stuff.
She does. Connie makes um, the leprechaun hat and the Christmas hat and the Halloween hat.
But it's been a while since I've done any fun makes though.
Ah,
Eventually I'll get back to making some.
yeah.
And Gloria says she's crocheting a pair of over the knee socks in ombre
Ooh,
aqua blue. Nice. I'd love,
nice.
I'd love to see your socks when you're done.
Over the knee socks. Woo! That sounds beautiful.
I always want to see everyone's projects.
Me too. Me too.
And Laura Lee says She's good, still cold. I'm putting my willow square blanket together. 90 squares,
Ooh,
30 different colors in DK. Ooh,
wow.
awesome.
That sounds amazing.
And you know I'm going to want to see a picture of that too.
Yes. Yes, please.
Laura Lee says, yeah, we can hear her not happy.
Oh, no.
And Allie.
Right, right.
Because what's bad is, like, Sophie tried to come up, for me to hold her too.
Poor
And
Sophie.
probably didn't realize that I had Allie.
Yeah.
And Allie's like, no, this is my mommy. Go away.
Oh, she's not a team player, is she? She's a team Allie.
But the irony is, Allie really has been doing like a lot better with Sophie coming closer to her.
Good.
So
They may become best friends after a while.
I was telling that to Frank. I was like, when people sit there and say how, oh, they'll become friends one day, and I'm like, no, they won't. It's not going to happen. It would be funny if it would actually happen.
Yeah, it would.
Like, 10 years down the road, they all of a sudden become friends.
Right, right. That's a long time to decide to be friends, though. Oh,
But she's jealous and territorial.
yeah.
And Charity says, I have been working on a baby blanket that I designed. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, the 15th of every month, I do a finished projects video where y'all can send y'all pictures in, and I show everyone's finished makes on that video, on a video.
Nice.
And let's see. Laura Lee says it's like a stained glass Afghan. Sweet.
Oh,
Sweet, sweet.
that sounds really pretty.
Oh, Mary's putting a video up later today. Nice.
Nice.
And a little bit of everybody, which I haven't gotten to if she said what her, oh, it's Liz. Okay. Liz. I wasn't sure what her name was.
Yeah.
But she was saying that she loves the St. Patrick's Day hat. Yeah. I've been putting
cute.
on my intro videos and stuff, and
yeah,
I have it on the thumbnail for my lives right now.
Right.
Because I like to try to change my thumbnail up for my videos to do with the holidays. I have a thing for holidays.
You do.
I forgot to do it like for Valentine's Day and Mardi Gras.
Oh, Mardi Gras. Yeah. I love the colors of Mardi Gras. The green and the purple and gold too, right?
Yeah.
Green, purple, and gold.
Yeah. And let's see. Charity is it don't want to come up. Okay. I think I broke the chat.
Oh, no.
Okay. I'll just have to read it without pulling it up then. Charity says, I am also researching the temperature blanket for a blanket for my husband from the year that he was born and the nearest airport to where he lived. That's awesome. And that is one thing with temperature blankets. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that, y'all.
I don't know what happened.
I think my internet went down for like a second or minute type thing.
Okay.
Because StreamYard said that it was a connectivity issue.
Okay, I got that too, so I wasn't sure if it was just me.
It probably explains why I couldn't click on the comment.
Yeah. It was getting ready to. It was getting ready to go south. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Okay, let me find my place again. Okay. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm like way behind in the chat. Oh, it probably won't let me go back all the way now. Okay. So if anyone had a question or something that I didn't address, you might have to like repost it in the chat. But I'm gonna go from where what shows right now.
Okay.
Okay, Jeannie says Crochet Stitches is an app about stitches, but it is very limited and only has a diagram, no tutorials.
Right.
Okay.
That's good to know, though. If you need something just for stitches.
Exactly. And Gail's having a hard time learning to crochet so far.
Yeah.
Like what's causing you, like what's making it difficult for you? Maybe, we can be of some help.
Mm-hmm. I know Connie has tutorials for beginners. I have tutorials for beginners on my YouTube channel. So with both of us together, maybe we can address your issues or your problems. I know with my very first video, I go right from the beginning, like you never even saw a ball of yarn, and go walk through it that way. So it is pretty simplified. Because like you do with your knitting, I try to fill in the gaps of what you would normally just pick up in general. If you're in a household with a crocheter or with a knitter, you kind of get immersed in that, in that world. But if you've never been there, you can't just pick up all these little things that you just know, and you don't know how you know them, but you know them. So,
exactly.
yeah.
And Barbara has some awesome crochet tutorials.
Oh, thank you.
And I know, like, she had done one on a corner to corner scarf, and I wish
Yes.
whenever I was learning to do corner to corner, I wish your tutorial would have been up at that point.
Yeah, I tried to make it as simple as possible, even to the point where showing how, that wonky stage where, you're looking at it, it's very beginning, and you're like, I'm not doing this right. And I show it so that you can see, yeah, I'm doing it right. I show you how to hold the tail end, the point down, so that you always know that you have it the right way, because it is easy to get mixed up with that corner to corner. That's one of my favorite ones, actually.
Because I found it confusing learning, because especially at the store, like some tutorial, like most of the tutorials I watched, they didn't really show that well.
Yeah.
And because I'm kind of like, okay, how especially that very very beginning.
Yes, once you get it going, it's a little easier, but that very beginning, it's tricky. Yeah.
And and like I said, I wish her tutorial would have been out when I learned, because I do find Barbara shows and explains it very well.
Thank you. And that tutorial can be used for a full blanket too. You don't have to make that little scarf. You just keep making it as wide as a blanket that you want, and then you do the rows, and then you start decreasing when you need it. So you can use that for any corner to corner project that you want to do.
And then y'all will laugh at me on this, because I was trying to do fiber spiders scarf tutorial, and I thought he was going to show like basically the whole way to make the scarf.
Mm-hmm.
And 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 I kind of didn't catch something that he did say. So like whenever he started doing the decreases to to
Yeah.
end it, I started doing it, and I have like this little rectangle, and I'm like, so I'm thinking like you have to connect like the pieces or something.
Right.
And I'm like asking, like, I think it was my go-to person in the Facebook groups that tend to help me.
Right.
And she was like, you don't close, you keep going. You don't, you
But
don't
you were
close
just
off
following
yet.
what he was telling you. Yeah. Yeah.
You go until you get to about the length you want it, and then you start doing that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Jeannie saying the complete crochet course book is a good reference book for someone new. So yeah,
Nice.
that's some good helpful info.
I have a glare on my face. Let me see if I can get rid of it. No. Oh, well. Yeah, there we go. I got rid of the glare. Here we go. I'll move my head over this way.
She's trying to make some stitch markers. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
And let's see. Oh, thank you, Sandy. She says we all love Connie. Oh, thanks.
Yes, me too.
It's like, I hope everyone likes me, and I hope everyone likes my videos and stuff. But I know you can't please everybody.
No, you can't. You can't. Don't try. Just be yourself.
Sandy, that's funny. You'd have more luck teaching your kitty to crochet than teaching Frank.
Uh-oh, don't tell Frank. He'll be like, challenge accepted.
They like to sit with me when I crochet, and sometimes they don't like letting me crochet. Okay. Let's see. Jeannie says she would have more luck teaching her dog how to crochet than her husband.
Oh my.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Getting back to my trivia question. Okay, Sandy, Jen, and Jeannie put A. Coupon Gail did C.
Oh yeah, your trivia.
The question was, I'm gonna brief it up. What ocean is the Bermuda Triangle in?
Right.
And let's see. Charity says A. Laura Lee says Pacific. Oh, now she says no, it's the Atlantic. And you know what, Laura Lee? You are correct.
Ah!
It's the Atlantic.
Yay! I got that one right.
Yay!
Oh.
Let's see. Gail saying, oh, she's talking to Mary. Okay. Sandy was wanting to give a hint. Let's see. Oh, Sandy's playing midwife to Octavia. She's producing again.
Oh my.
Aww.
Is Octavia her cat?
Well, some of y'all probably figured this was going to end up happening. But I'm almost positive Sophie's going to be having kittens. With a little outside rendezvous.
She was a little, yes. She had some extracurricular activity there. Yeah.
And we try to, we try everything not to let our cats go outside.
Yeah.
Because they're indoor cats. But
right.
She got sneaky.
She did. And she stayed out just long enough to have some fun, didn't she? Uh-oh.
But
well, what are you going to name them?
Funny thing is, I was looking for like cat names and stuff.
Yes.
Some of it will be based, like what they look like and that, their personalities.
Yeah.
Well, probably more probably what they look like.
Yeah. I'm on one group that does chickens and farm animals and stuff like that. And they usually, when they get like a litter of new like piglets or new goats, baby goats or whatever, they go to TV shows. And this one woman, she had 4 little girl goats, And so there were all these suggestions, but they were telling her to do the Golden Girls. So Rose, I can't remember, Dorothy. What were the other names of those ladies?
Dorothy, Rose, Blanche. I'm trying to remember what the mom's name was. Sophia, I think, or Sophie.
Yes, Sophia. Yes. So they were going with that. And then another one said, oh, you should do the Friends characters. But it's funny how people, choose different names.
But yeah, it's like, with Sophie, it's like, her belly area is getting bigger. So we're pretty sure.
Okay.
I knew we wouldn't.
Sophie.
But I do think she's going to make some pretty little kittens, though.
Oh. So, I bet they will be adorable.
And I'm probably going to get attached.
Yay. Don't show me because I'm going to want one. And my husband says, no more cats. Not right now. We have 3. And that's plenty. 3 cats, 2 dogs.
Yep. 2 cats is plenty. And that's what's bad because I know I'm probably going to fall in love with some of the kittens.
Yes.
And it's like, but we'll have to try to find them a home.
Yeah. Maybe keep just one, huh? Tell Frank, we just need to keep one.
He probably already expects me to do that to him.
And if sometimes kitty siblings, they get attached to one another, like 2 of them will just really be attached. You need to keep those together. You know that, right? Okay, we've got you keeping 2 now. What can we do next?
Funny thing is, like, back when we were going to get a rabbit, this was quite a few years ago. Well, the guy was trying to give us a pregnant rabbit.
Oh.
He told us, and Frank was wanting to get the rabbit. And I'm just like, all I'm seeing is like rabbits everywhere. I'm like, they're going to just keep multiplying.
Oh my gosh.
Because, probably one of the babies is going to be a male. And then, I was just like, and then I finally like, okay, like I kind of pulled Frank aside and I'm like, you do realize we're going to have like rabbits everywhere. So I finally talked him out of it.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. Frank didn't do the bunny math, did he?
And rabbits like really reproduce. Like,
yes, very quickly. Very quickly. Oh my goodness. I think it is like once a month they can have a whole litter or something. I don't know. It's ridiculously fast.
I think they have large ones too, I think.
Yeah. Goodness, by the end of the year you could have like 200 bunnies. Oh my goodness.
I'm a mess. Okay, let's see. I feel like I'm skipping something. Maybe not. Okay. Okay, Laura says she's not a knitter but trying to learn. And I do have tutorials on, how to learn, learning to knit. It's in my knitting playlist. And I did do some new tutorials yesterday to do a drop stitches.
Right.
I fixed them. But yeah, like I had gotten I decided to try filming on my camera, doing my tutorials. Not my camera, I mean my phone. My phone.
Yeah.
And I laugh because the quality like looks so much better. than from my regular camera that I use for my
Yeah.
videos. And we
Yeah.
had got,
Phones are really good right now. Yeah.
yeah, and I paid more for my camera than the phone.
Yeah.
I was like, that's something. And then we got a tripod specifically for cell phones. And I love how it is because I can get it angled easier.
Yeah.
And I'm not going like I find in the past I always start shifting over to the left on my tutorials. And I have to pull myself back into,
Mm-hmm.
the center.
Mm-hmm.
So so it was like, oh, this is working out better for tutorials.
Yeah.
And I'm not hugging my tripod as much because
Right.
this one isn't as big of a tripod and
Oh, look at the toe beans on your cat. Look.
oh
She's doing her little paws stretched out. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I got distracted by, oh, do you know what happened to me yesterday? I was in Home Depot and we were in the outdoor center, where the plants and things were. And all of a sudden I hear this meow, meow. And I'm like, cat, where's the cat?
oh
Where's the cat? Where's the cat? And I'm looking and I'm against a wall. And then I keep hearing this meow and I look straight up. And on the top rack, on top of the highest box, there's a kitty hanging off the box, looking at me with his tongue hanging out. And he's panting like he's so hot and thirsty. And he's meowing at me, so pitiful. I had to go find somebody to give him some water. So we got him some water. He wouldn't come down. Come to find out, he's a feral cat, or she, turns out it's a she, is a feral cat. And she and another cat live in that Home Depot outdoor area. And they just keep her. And somebody feeds her, gives her water. Isn't that weird?
oh,
I know.
meow meows.
Right? It was like the little one was just, meowing at me, meow, meow. I'm like, I like got teary-eyed. I'm like telling my husband, I can't leave. He was trying to talk to me about plants, and I'm like, come here, kitty. And he's like talking to me, and I'm like, I can't talk to you right now. I have to save this kitty. He was like, oh my gosh.
Well, that's like one of the stray cats out, like outside. I don't know. The stray cats seem to like coming around our house and our
Yeah. Yeah.
well, evidently one had like babies and stuff, and
Oh.
they were under our house for a while.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think they're really there anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But like I can never catch any of those stray cats.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not easy.
They run off too quick.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like I'll see them through the screen door, and I try to go to the screen door.
Yeah.
And they run off before, like for instance, like Frank may see them, or I see them like from the chair that I'm sitting in the living room.
Yeah.
And I try to, they run.
They're gone.
But there's been some beautiful stray cats that have hung around.
Yeah.
There was one, I called him Oscar. He was white and orange.
Aww.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Oh my. Stray cats don't tend to have a long life out there on the streets, unfortunately. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, I see that Melissa has joined us. Hi,
Yay.
Melissa. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? And congratulations on your 1K. Woo!
Yay! Congratulations. That's amazing.
So, where do you stand with your watch hours? Are you close to 4,000 or? Let's see. Laura says, I'm on a set of making blocks out of plastic canvas. Nice. Laura Lee's finally learning how to send pictures to me. She can send to me, but when she's trying to send to other people, she's having trouble doing that. Okay. Gloria says, I have quite a few on my YouTube channel of the ones I've made. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, if y'all haven't checked out Gloria's channel, go check her out.
Definitely.
And Ashley joined, I think she's referring to your Facebook group, Barbara.
Yay.
But she may have joined mine too. And let's see. Sandy says, well, I guess that explains why she couldn't get the yeah. Whenever I disappeared on y'all.
When you disappeared, yep.
Yep, that's what happened. I think my internet went down for like a split second.
Yep.
Enough to knock me off.
Knocked all of us off. Yeah.
Oh, and Charity has a giveaway going on her channel.
Oh, yay.
Tomorrow. So y'all go check that out.
I want to check it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then in case y'all don't know, I do have a live bingo that's coming up.
Oh.
Let me get my calendar. It's on the 19th of Saturday. The game starts at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. I did a video to take sign-ups where you can post your numbers, and it explains the rules more on how it's gonna work. But I also will be going live 30 minutes earlier at 12:30 Central Standard Time. From 12:30 to 12:55 Central Standard Time. I will take numbers then, but I do really suggest and prefer it if you put your numbers on the video. It kind of makes my life easier.
Okay.
And even if you don't, like, if you think there's a chance that you'll make the live, just put your numbers on that video. It won't hurt anything if you don't show up.
Okay.
But you do have to be present to win. And you have to be present.
I've never done a YouTube bingo before. That sounds really fun.
I did it once before. It's been quite a while ago. Yeah. But like, you do have to be present from the start of the game.
Okay.
To win. So I recommend, showing up about 5 or 10 minutes to 1.
Right.
To make sure I have you marked off that you're there.
Fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, just a
I know.
And let's see. Okay, the second row past the chain. So probably I'm getting the impression it's how you have to skip stitches. But typically when you turn, you're skipping the chain. Like if you chain 3, you skip the 3 chain. But
where she said the
second row, yeah.
Like you do the chains, and then so that would technically be the first row, but she's calling it the second row. Would it be that one that she's having trouble with? Yeah,
I'm starting to think that's what it is, and that one is differently worked. Now that I'm thinking more about the second row.
Mm-hmm. And and some people go into one loop, and some people turn over that chain and go into the bottom loop. I know Mikey from Crochet Crowd, he likes to turn his over and go into the bottom. So then there's the back bump. Yeah.
I go through the bump.
I do sometimes. I like it that way because then you have a good edge. If you want to do a border, you don't have to worry about where's my stitches going to go on that one,
But like count your stitches, or if you're doing the bump like I do, count the bumps. And sometimes, like for that first, after the chain, sometimes I'll count from the opposite direction.
Yes, because it's easier that way. Yeah, definitely.
And Sandy says, I think a lot of the, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's okay.
Sandy says, I think a lot of the time it's difficult for new crocheters to work out how to hold the working strand. Tension seems to be a problem. Yeah.
Yes. That's, yeah.
The two common problems is tension or skipping a stitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so important to count your stitches.
Yeah. And at the end of the row, not going far enough, not getting that very last stitch, because it can sometimes hide and kind of sink down in a little bit. That's why counting your stitches from the one side over is so much better. Yeah.
She's sticking her claws in.
Oh, Sophie must be around.
I got like all these little claw marks on my shoulder.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
From them doing that to me.
Yep.
Yeah. Bag O' Day and Morley Bird have great tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
And I know like when I was learning to knit, especially after I learned like my stitches and all,
mm-hmm.
I learned a lot from Morley Bird's like, pattern tutorials.
Right.
And that's how I started learning how to read patterns.
Nice.
And Liz wants to know what the weather's like in your area.
Well, right now it's 89 degrees Fahrenheit and it's really hot. Yesterday it got up to 92. And I'm sitting in my car because I drove my husband to work. Today's his first day back to work. He had surgery. And I just felt like driving him to work because he has to drive like 65 miles one way straight to work. And he had some hoops to jump through before they would let him go back to work. So I just thought it would be easier to drive him. So I'm just here waiting for him and doing crochet and all of this fun stuff. But yeah, it's 89 degrees according to my car.
See, my computer's saying that it's 66 degrees here, but I don't know if it's accurate or not.
Ah.
Because sometimes my computer isn't always accurate with the temperature.
Yeah. Do you think it's hotter or cooler?
Really, I think it is right because I have been kind of cold today.
Mm-hmm.
But I know like yesterday I saw like at one point during the day, the temperature was 80 degrees.
Oh my goodness. That's kind of warm for you for March.
But we're not that far away from the weather starting to turn hotter.
Good.
And those I don't know, I'm in Louisiana. Barbara's in Florida.
Florida. I forgot, Connie. I forgot that you are in Louisiana. I was thinking that you were in Pennsylvania, but you're not. You're in Louisiana. I don't know why. I kept thinking you were in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, our weather's not that much different.
No. And we both have alligators.
Mm-hmm. Chomp, chomp, I'm coming for you.
Right? I know. And so there's a prairie here in Gainesville. It's called Payne's Prairie. And there's a 1.5 mile walk that you can go. And it's like a 10-foot wide path. And then on either side is this swamp, the prairie. And on either side are alligators. And there's nothing to keep them from coming up and getting you. But it's a common, like it's a park. It's like people are on that trail all the time. And I was on that trail one time, didn't know what I was getting into because it was a surprise kind of a thing. If they had asked me, I probably would have said no, thank you. But I was like 10 feet away from these big bull gators. And I don't know, driving in this morning, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my day. Maybe I'll go over to the prairie and maybe I'll take everybody out on the prairie. And then I started getting visions of getting circled by alligators. I was like, never mind.
I know whenever I was stationed in Orlando, Florida.
Oh.
They would warn us, like, if you come in contact with an alligator, it's like running zigzags.
Yes. And now they're saying, because that was always the thing, running zigzags. Now they're saying, if you're a fast runner, run straight as fast as you can because the alligators can run. And you can outsmart them by zigzagging, but honestly, most people are not proficient enough in running in a zigzag, and we would probably trip over our own feet. So now they're saying run straight, run fast. But if you were in the military, then you were probably very athletic at that time, and so like running in zigzag, you probably trained for that. So yeah.
I was never a strong runner. Like the
Oh
physical
yeah.
readiness test, I would barely make my time. It's like I'm not a fast runner, and it's like, and I had to learn to start off like, you want to run fast,
Right.
So, but if you do that, then you wear yourself out.
Yes. You have
So
to pace yourself. Yeah.
You got to pace yourself, start off slow.
Yeah.
And keep a steady pace.
Steady. Yeah.
Where maybe at the end you might be able to kind of do a little sprint.
Right. I know. Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, hey, if I get surrounded by alligators, I'm just a big old snack for them, because there's not much running happening.
But I never liked running.
Yeah.
It's like I wasn't good. And one thing too, like whenever I run, it's like I kick my legs in.
Okay.
Which I think that's what slows me down.
Yeah.
Or at least slow me down at the time.
Well, if you're trying to trip yourself while you're running, that's not good, Connie.
Because I do know, like, I had someone that pointed that out. That they noticed that whenever I ran, I did that.
And that is probably what slowed you down. And and you probably did that your whole life and never even knew it, right? Yeah.
And I think some of it contributes from that, like, whenever I was born, I had what you call it? Pigeon toe or pigeon.
Okay. Yes.
And that and the thing was that my doctor, when I was little, told my mom that I would grow out of it, but I never did. And then whenever, when I was older, my mom really didn't want to get me corrective shoes because they looked like baby shoes.
Yeah.
And like my sister had worn them and she got made fun of for them.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, when I walk, my feet sometimes will point in, especially like when I'm tired. You'll notice it more.
Yeah.
But let's see. Laura Lee appreciates my drop stitches tutorial.
Oh, good.
Good. And I hope they're helping y'all out.
No, they are. Yeah. Yep. Well, Connie, let's have another Bermuda Triangle trivia. I want to know something else about the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay. I guess I was trying to wrap things up.
Oh, darn. Sorry.
I guess I'll do one more question because, like I said, now I may have to cut some of my lives to an hour towards.
Oh, right.
Set my StreamYard hours, but I'll make it work. Okay. The next question is the first highly publicized disappearance in the Bermuda Triangle. Hold up. Okay. I couldn't read my handwriting. Sorry. Let me start over. The first highly publicized disappearance in the Bermuda Triangle involved 5 Navy Avengers in what year? And the choices are A, 1939, B, 1951, or C, 1945. And the question again is, the first highly publicized disappearance in the Bermuda Triangle involved 5 Navy Avengers in what year? And your choices are 1939, B, 1951, or C, 1945. What do you think?
I think it's A, 1939.
We shall see.
Yep, we shall see.
Yeah, Laura saying with the stray cats, you have to live trap them. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's like we'll see some around and then we stop seeing them and
Yeah.
okay. I think Liz is referring to Melissa's watch hours. I think
Oh, okay.
going. So yeah, if y'all can help play her playlist, that would
And
be
what's her channel name again?
Melissa Crochets with Love.
Okay. All right.
At least I think that's who she's referring to there. So I know earlier I was asking Melissa how many more watch hours she needed. Okay, and let's see. Mary says she watches a lot of tutorials from Jennifer at Fiberflux too.
Yes, I love Jennifer at Fiberflux. I did her Christmas, a couple of her Christmas things this year, and I really liked them.
If only there was more time in the day to watch all of that.
No, to watch and to make and to do.
And Laura Lee says, we are at 23 Fahrenheit right now. It's supposed to get colder again.
Oh my goodness. And it's supposed to get colder than 23? Oh my goodness. That's pretty nice.
What's funny is like, you know, like in my area that, you know, we're starting to warm up. And like, you know, when we're in like getting hot weather, like some areas they're still talking about getting all these snowstorms and
I know.
I can't really picture snow at that time of the year. Even though I have been in places where, you know, it has snow, like when I was in Great Lakes, Illinois, but like
it's hard to wrap your mind around, you know, part of the country we're all, you know, at least for the United States, you know, part of the country still being in snow while you're like sweltering in the heat. Yeah.
And like in Diego Garcia, it never got cold there.
Oh, wow.
It was basically, you know, warm weather and you had a raining season, but it didn't get cold.
Yeah.
Okay. Laura Lee says 1945.
Okay. That's a good choice too. I almost picked that one.
Ashley joined my Facebook group. Awesome.
Yay.
And that is one thing. If y'all aren't a member of my Facebook group, I do have a Facebook group. Nightbot drops the link periodically in the chat. But my group is called Just Another Stitch, the same as my channel. So it should be easy to find. And you'll see my Just Another Stitch logo, like you see at the beginning of all my videos.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah. Okay. Don't look like anyone else is guessing. I guess I'll give it a couple of more minutes and then I'll reveal the answer.
I'm going to have to do that and pick a subject on for my channel too. I like that. That is really interesting. Have you ever eaten at Bubba Gump's Shrimp Company? Have you ever? Bubba Gump's? It is based on, you know, the, what is that? What is that movie?
Willy Wonka, maybe?
No, the Run Forrest Run, you know.
Oh, Forrest Gump.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry. I had half the name. I couldn't think of it. Forrest Gump. It's based on that. So it's the Bubba Gump, you know how they formed the shrimp company. So it's Bubba Gump's. And they do trivia. And the waitresses or waiters will do trivia with the table. And I don't know. I think if you win, I don't know. They used to give like a free drink or something like that. I don't know. But it's just fun.
Well, I started like doing the trivia. I know, like I know Granny D does trivia, and I know some
Nice.
other channels do it too.
Yeah.
But like I started off doing the getting to know you questions, but
Right.
I've asked so many questions that it's hard finding new questions, and I was
Right.
starting to repeat questions that
Yeah.
even though you still get like new people that
Yeah.
answer type
Yeah.
thing, which it does change it up, but it was kind of like, every time I go live, I struggle coming up with questions. So
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm going to try to start doing trivia.
Right.
Pick a different subject every live and
That's
try to
nice.
find
I
a
like it.
trying to find a matching green screen background that kind of that goes with it.
Yes.
But so that's where I've started doing that. But
Nice.
I
I like
think
it.
it's fun and you learn some new things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've done UFO so far. I did crochet history. Oh, hi,
Mm-hmm.
another Barbara. Hi, Barbara.
Hi,
How are
Barbara.
you doing today? We're fixing to wrap up shortly, but I am glad you joined us.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, let's see, what else did I do? I did Bigfoot. That was my last live.
Oh, that's fun.
I think that's all I've done so far. Now
Yeah.
on my Thursday live at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, I do I call it coffee with Connie.
Right.
I tend to ask a few coffee trivia questions on
Nice.
there. And that's what kind of got me more started doing the trivia.
Right.
Because, when I started doing that, I'm like, let me add it to my other. Let's see, we have Sylvia that joined us too. How are you doing, Sylvia? We're fixing to wrap up in a few minutes, but I am glad you joined us. And
Mhm.
Ashley has to go. She's going to have lunch. Have a
Yay.
fabulous day, Ashley. I always feel bad when people come in at the tail end.
Yeah. I
It's
know
like
you feel like you have to go a little further because, you know,
they just
I know.
joined you, and you feel
I
bad that
know.
you're fixing to get to be leaving.
Hi, bye. I know it
Oh
feels
no.
awkward, doesn't it? Yeah, I get that. You feel like you're like running out on them.
Okay, so the answer to the trivia question was C, 1945.
Oh, I was wrong. But who was it that got it right? Somebody got it right.
Yeah, Laura Lee.
Laura Lee, yay! Got it right.
But yeah, but that's kind of how the trivia thing started coming about.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like it.
some lives, we just ask a couple of some, and then other lives I do more. It just
Yeah,
depends on what all we
yeah,
get talking about it.
yeah. It would be fun to do like an early evening, just a trivia, that would be fun. But my evening lives have not been very good because I've had some people come on that had nothing to do with the channel. They weren't members. They weren't, they were just there to cause trouble, and it wasn't very good. So I've kind of been shy about going live at night or in the evening just because of that.
Yeah, it's like I don't like when you see stuff like that happen,
Mm-mm.
and it's like,
Yeah, and the only purpose for them being on there is to disrupt and to be crude. I mean, it's not even them being mean as much as being intentionally naughty just to get a reaction, And I don't like that.
me either. I know Crystal the Yorny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady.
Mm-hmm.
She had a lot of trouble with trolls.
Yeah.
And she had to start putting her settings where you have to be a subscriber for a day
Oh,
for a day
a whole
um,
day.
before
Good.
before you can comment on her lives. And
Okay.
like it's eliminated the issue.
Oh, good. I'll have to get with you about that. And I don't know if you know how to do that. I don't know how to do that, but
I have mine set at 5 minutes. I don't have as much issues with it happening to
good.
me,
Good.
but I do that to make it a little more difficult.
Right. Right.
And another thing too, like especially lately, I had the birthday bash giveaway, and I
Yes.
have the live bingo coming up, and
Right.
usually most channels giveaways tend to be, you have to be a subscriber, so that way I know that whoever wins is a subscriber.
Right. Right.
So that's another reason I have mine set like that, but
Right.
it's just enough time. It's enough time where you can still join in on my lives.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's good.
Because I don't want to do like too much like a day,
Yeah.
but in the same aspect, you know, I don't know. And the main, like I said, the main issue is trolls coming around.
Yeah. 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 I had a bad one time,
It,
and all of my moderators were blocking and doing everything, and he just kept coming back, and he was just messing with me and the people. And then finally, kind of gave up and said, and actually wrote and said, okay, I'm going to go now. I'll stop bothering you, and left. I was like, what the
that,
what?
that's what happened to Crystal. You couldn't block them. You could,
No,
because
no, we couldn't block them. They would just come right back, right back, right back. And I had no idea how it was happening. No idea.
I think they use I can't think of what you call it, where it's basically where the ISP address keeps changing. VPN, that's
So
it.
yeah. Yeah.
I think that's how they
That
do it.
makes sense.
Let's see. We have not Laura Lee, Jody and Granny D that joined us.
Hi.
How are y'all doing? And we should be wrapping up shortly, but I am glad y'all joined us.
Me too.
And there was something else I was going to bring up. My mind's going to kaput on me.
Well, we've been on here an hour and 43 minutes, so you've been thinking a long time straight.
But there was something that I wanted to bring up, and now it's going to drive me crazy. What was it? I brought up some of my upcoming videos, and I'm also doing a favorite coffee mug themed video.
Oh.
That nice. Stems from my Coffee with Connie live. and y'all can see y'all favorite coffee cup picture.
Oh yeah. I've got mine.
And I have another pet video coming up.
Nice.
I don't remember the days offhand. I have it written in my calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send y'all pictures in, and I'll be doing videos on that.
Nice.
And I brought up the live bingo and my new knitting tutorials.
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm forgetting something, but if so, I'll probably try to make sure to mention it in my crochet video tomorrow. But I enjoyed having you come live with me, Barbara.
It was fun. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. And it was a good time. And I want to thank everybody that joined in today, that came live.
It was nice seeing everybody.
Yes, I enjoyed talking to all of y'all. And those that will be watching the replay, I want to thank y'all for watching the replay.
Yes.
And feel free to leave a comment to let us know you watched the replay.
Yay.
And maybe see if you can get some of the trivia questions correct that we asked.
Right.
And I hope everyone has a fabulous Yorny day. Be the light, and bye.
Bye. Happy Monday.